Alright, welcome back to Old School Blues Guitar. We're working on the video version of Reverend Gary Davis's Cincinnati Flow Rag, and we did the first part, so let's review that real quick. It goes like this. And then right here we're going to go into this little chord thing, and it's kind of tough to know exactly how he's playing this, but the way that Ernie Hawkins teaches it is we're starting with the C, and I'm picking the bass note, which is the 5th string, 3rd fret, and then I'm strumming up with my first finger, and then I'm stroking down with the thumb pick, not just getting the 4th string, but kind of coming down over all the strings, like that. And then we're keeping that picking pattern, and we're just moving the chords. So we got C, B, and I'm making just a regular old B bar chord, like a power chord. Check the tab on this. And then I'm making an F, trying to make an F, without the 1st string, and with an open 5th string. And what I'm doing is making an F shape, and then just kind of lifting my fingers up, so I'm just getting the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings. And then the last chord is a little tricky. It's an A flat, where I've got my 1st finger, instead of playing it like this, I'm playing it with the bass notes on the 6th and 5th strings. My pinky is going to stretch to the 4th fret of the 6th string, and my ring finger is going to fall in on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And we got that. So the whole lick just like that. And then we've got, going back to that version of, or that way of playing that G7th chord. And then right here we go to the first turnaround. And what I'm going to do is go to an F chord with an open 6th string and get it with my thumb at the 1st fret, and kind of that same pattern. Bass note, stroke up, come down. So we're doing this. And then we're going to an A flat, and a C, A7, and then a D7, G7, back into a C. So that whole turnaround goes like this. That's what you're trying to get to. So the C, the F, A flat, and I think what I should be doing is playing from the 4th string to the 3rd string, like that. So like this. And then we're going to go to a C7th, actually a C with the pinky on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, and then right away to an A7th. So I'm pitching the 5th and the 1st strings in that A7th chord, and then stroking down on the 4th string. So the whole thing. One more time. Then a D7 with the open 5th and the 4th. And then right here, what I see in the video is him pinching a G7th chord. So he's pinching the 6th and the 1st strings. Just one time. And then he can walk the bass from the 2nd fret of the 5th string to the 3rd fret into a C chord. And then he's going to stroke up what I think are 2 upstrokes with that C chord and the 3rd fret of the 1st string included. So that whole turnaround, the first one. And there you go. So let me play the whole first verse one more time through. first verse of Reverend Gary Davis's Cincinnati Flow Rag, the YouTube video version. The second verse of Reverend Gary Davis's Cincinnati Flow Rag, as seen him playing on the video that's on YouTube from the 1960s, he just goes into another verse. So when he finishes that turnaround, let's take it from the C. He plays that. And then this time he leads into the bass run with an open 6 right on the 3rd fret, so like this. And there's the second verse all the way through. So a lot of this is the same as the first verse. So I'm going to skip through. So that main riff, it's all the same. Then he's going to stop there, just like he did the first time. And that brings us to our second stop time lick, which is this really cool bassy single string run, like this. What I see him playing on the video is he's starting from the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and he's going to climb open 5th, 2nd, 3rd, and then open 4th string, 1st, 2nd. So check the tab on this. And then an open 3rd string. And then right here, it's almost a slide. At first, I used to think he went to the 3rd fret like this. But if you watch the video carefully, it looks like he's going to the 4th fret of the 3rd string. Like that, and then back to the 2nd fret, open, 2nd fret of the 4th string, and then kind of back and forth between the open 3rd string and the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So I don't confuse you too much. Let me play it slowly, and then you check the tab to get this lick. One more time. Then what I hear, to get back into the main verse, he goes right to that pinch. Open 4th string and the 3rd fret of the 1st string. And then back into this leg. Like that. Now this time on the turnaround, he's going to do this. And what he's doing is just playing a lot of chords with the right hand, pretty much using the same pattern we used on the last turnaround. So we got this little lead into an F chord. And if you watch carefully and listen, you'll hear him do that. So it's open 4th string, 2nd, 3rd. And what I hear him doing is strumming up and then coming down on that F chord. Like that. So the first finger and the thumb working together. Then he's going to make F sharp diminished, so it's like this, and then a long C to an A, and that's just an A, F-shaped A chord. So we got this, F, F sharp diminished, C, A, this is a D7, E7, and then this chord right here, I played it like this, just a D shape. It's going to be a G. I'm playing it just with 3 fingers like I would play a D chord. Now the way Reverend Gary Davis plays it, as pointed out by Ernie Hawkins, is like this. And I'm still trying to learn this chord and be able to play it smoothly. I can't play it smoothly yet. It's pretty hard. And what I've got is my first finger on the G down here at the 5th fret of the 4th string. And then I'm using my other 3 fingers to make that D shape. My pinky is on the 8th fret of the 2nd string, My ring finger's on the 7th fret of the 1st string, and my 2nd finger's on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. So we've got this. So he does this. And then he switches to that chord. And the way I played it was like this. But what I'm missing there is that bass. So if you want to play it just like Reverend Gary Davis does in the video, then you got to make that chord. And I'm working on that. Getting better at it. Just takes a lot of practice. But that's what Reverend Gary Davis is playing, that really finger twisting G chord. And then he wraps it up with that long C, and he picks it like this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So the whole turnaround lick there. And then back into the 3rd verse. Let me try to play that whole verse one more time slowly for you. And then he goes into the next verse with the open 6th and the 3rd fret. I made a mistake. I just caught it when I was playing that through, trying to memorize all this stuff. When he comes out of this, I think he plays the bass. And then the pinch. There's another verse later where he just goes right to the pinch. So what I'm talking about is this. Bass, pinch, and so on. Check the tab and you'll see what I'm talking about. So there's the 2nd verse. 2 more to go.